we're going to introduce the, I think it's fair to say, the dictionary definition of the word fanatic. This is a lovely lady called Rachel Doyle. Say hello, Rachel.
Hi, Toby.
Hello, hello, hello. What is that behind you? Most people have books and things behind them nowadays to look really intellectual. You've got shampoo by the looks of things.
It's my lockdown stock.
So I introduced you as the dictionary definition of the word fanatic, which I'm sure you'll kind of appreciate. You're a little bit of a fan of Mr. Chris Tarrant. Fair to say?
Yeah, fair.
How did all this start then? Was it in the Tiswas days? You tell everybody.
No, it wasn't in the Tiswas days. I did watch Tiswas, obviously, but it wasn't in the Tiswas days. Much later on. I think it was like the early 90s when he became more attractive looking.
I'm sure he'll love you for saying that. But then again, you have met him on quite a few occasions, right?
Correct, yes, I have, yeah. And I did kind of stalk him at the Millionaire Studios. I went to quite a few recordings.
But you are lovely, and you haven't had a restraining order put out on you yet. That's right?
Correct, not yet.
So you got some photos of you and him, is that right? Have you got those to hand?
Yes, can you see that?
Yes, there's him putting you in a chokehold, which I think is fair to say. Which I think is fair to say. But no, you do get on really well, actually. That's the truth of it, isn't it?
Yes. This picture, though, I could have stayed there for days. I could have. It didn't last long enough.
I did tell you, folks, she is the dictionary definition of the word fanatic, but very sweet as well. And you also got... No, I was going to choose my words really carefully there. You also were in the cage as well when we did the Tiswas Reunited show, because I was in the cage as well. And you got covered in lots of buckets of water and gunk with Chris. In fact, I think we got a clip of that, haven't we?
Of the original team. Often copied, but the cheering charity, Tiswas was the...
Yeah, in fact, I just caught sight of myself there as well in the background. But yeah, you were absolutely drenched, weren't you? And you're on mute, so we can't hear you. There you go, say that again.
I didn't do that. I didn't touch that. Anyway, yeah, so I was in the cage. I applied to go in the cage, and I hate water over my face. I absolutely hate it. But I had to do it.
What do you remember about being in the cage? Because I remember it was quite a long record, even though the show was only about 50 minutes or something. It was about 3 hours, and we were covered in freezing cold water and gunk and horribleness for about 3 hours. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, no, it was absolutely freezing. From the first time, I think we had the main thing come down on us at the beginning. So it was a huge amount of water to start off with. And from that moment on, yeah, it was just absolutely freezing cold. And I had my hair done. I got my hair done, especially to go in the cage, which doesn't make much sense.
It was money well spent, yeah. Well, what was I going to say? You know, I was thinking you would have actually paid good money for Chris to do that to you anyway, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, let's be honest, yeah, I would. And I still watch it back to this day and relive what happened. And it was like, and I've got a favourite picture as well where I've literally got a face full of Chris.
which is not something a lot of people could say.
No, they can't. But no, it was great. I would do it again, even though I couldn't breathe for numerous reasons. Because of the cold water, because Chris was like seconds away, sat over from me, and I would do it again. But it was very cold, but it was great fun.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, Rachel. That was absolutely lovely. Some great memories there. In fact, you know what? It's a really good idea that you weren't in, not in next week. Yeah, you know when you start saying something and you realise this is going out live and you really shouldn't drop hints about things?